It's Officer Dawn and DeAnn's Backstage Pass with today's, what she called the redheaded stepchild when she logged on Zoom. Caylee Hammack is with us. Caylee, how are you, dear?
I am good. How are y'all?
We are doing good, thank you. You look beautiful as ever.
You know what? I'm not doing so good because you know what I'm doing right now?
What are you doing?
I am sitting in my car waiting outside the DMV to get my driver's license. So this is the new world. This is like, you talk about, this is COVID on steroids here. So you show up with your mask, you wait in line outside of, they take your name, and now I'm sitting here waiting. So I apologize for not having like a cooler background or anything, but.
You're good, man. If anyone asked me what I think hell would be like, I think that it would be you have to wait in line at the DMV to take the SAT, and then you go back to the end of the line.
Yes.
The DMV, I'm pretty sure the devil made the DMV.
And they're like, we'll get to you sometime today. So it is what it is.
Yeah, at some point. So sit here for the next 5 hours. We might just see you.
Girl, what have you been doing during quarantine? What have you been up to?
You know what? At first, I like to say nothing at all, but really I've been up to a lot. I'm gardening. I got a full vegetable garden right now. I also writing for the next record and starting to kind of produce out a few little things for it. So that's exciting. It's really cool to be just as excited for new music as the album you're about to put out in the world. You know, the first time that anyone's really heard a bigger collection, you know, like a full, I think, multifaceted little collection of your music. So I'm really excited for that. But it's just so exciting to get back into writing and know that I'm creating this whole time, you know. Feels like the world is kind of sitting still. So it's nice to be moving in some way, you know.
This next album, if it wasn't for you, you co-wrote and co-produced every song on there?
Yep.
Wow, that's a big project. I know it's one that you're so proud of, too.
No, man, I'm just thrilled that it's finally going to be out in the world. We were going to try and release it in April, but then while I was in London in the middle of March, when the travel ban was put on, I mean, we rushed back to America, got all of our guys back, and then as soon as we got back, it was like the next day, it felt like the world started kind of shutting down. And anyways, you know, it broke our hearts. We decided to hold the album from April because none of us have put out an album during a worldwide pandemic before. Right. So we thought, let's wait. You know, we were so optimistic. We were like, you know what, by fall time, this will all be over. And anyways, we're still in it, man. But you know what, the more I thought about it, and as the months passed, I was like, I need to put music out. When is a better time to put out music than when we all need a little distraction? Mm-hmm. So we're putting it out August 14th now.
We cannot wait to hear it. I understand you got another redhead that's going to be a part of that album, and one that you guys called Redhead. You and Miss Reba, right?
Yep. That was, oh God, that was such a cool moment. Getting her on the album was just like, she is the cherry on top of this whole Sunday, I feel like.
Very exciting. Also, another collaboration. I see so many Dawn and I were talking about this the other day, just the different collaborations and how when artists work together to bring music, especially in this time, music can be so healing to so many people, but you're working on a really special one you have done with Alan Jackson too.
Oh yeah, man, it has been so cool to get to work with these people that Reba and Alan included. Both of these people are idols and legends that I grew up my whole life looking up to, and being able to take a song from an artist I love so very dearly and never got to meet, Don Williams, and being able to kind of respin it with one of my other favorite country music idols. It's just, I keep saying unreal and surreal in interviews, but really there's like no other word I can think of that describes how it feels, because it doesn't feel real. It kind of feels like I'm in a dream, but if it is a dream, then man, just keep me sleeping. Don't wake me up. I'm going to be mad if someone wakes me up at this point.
Yeah. So I want to know a little bit more about your vegetables here, because I've seen DeAnn has tried some squash and some stuff like that. I don't know how that's worked out. What are you growing?
What'd you say, DeAnn?
I said, Dawn makes fun of me because I have squash bugs.
Squash bugs.
Squash
Yeah.
bugs?
All right. I got stem rot in 3 of my squash plants. Never happened before. Weird that you said that. I'm having an issue with that as well. I had 3 squash plants die this year. I still got one. I got a lemon cucumber growing. I have eggplant growing. I have a bunch of tomatoes, onions, lettuce, arugula, all the herbs you can think of, peppers, that kind of stuff. But what I'm really excited about, and I love to tell people about, because I told Trisha you're with this, and she was like, I think you're lying. And I was like, I'm not. This is a real thing. I am growing loofahs.
What?
Yeah, like loofahs, like the shower loofahs.
Yes, you scrub with? How do you grow a loofah?
Dude, okay, listen, I honestly thought they were some type of like sea organism. I thought that was why they looked that way, It's actually a gourd plant that when they're young, you can eat the meat. It's similar to like a zucchini. But the thing is, as it grows, do you remember, this was a thing that my mama and my aunts used to do, but they would grow these big gourds and then you sit them out in the sun and they dry out and they become birdhouses.
Yep.
So same type of gourd family as that. But what it does is that tender meat inside, as it grows, it becomes these rough, like spindly fibers. And it creates that design inside, and it becomes this big gourd. You cut it off and you let them sit in the sun and you peel the skin back and you have antimicrobial loofahs, fresh organic loofahs. So this year, I'm serious. I sound like Oprah when I start talking about Christmas. I'm like, you get a loofah and you get a loofah. They haven't
you get a squash.
Yeah, they haven't started putting off the babies yet, which kind of, I grew these from seeds, and I'm kind of like, okay, like when are they going to start making? But I'm already promising out all these ungrown loofahs. I'm like, I got to grow 60 loofahs for Christmas this year.
Hey, sign me up. I want on that list. And listen, you make the loofahs, and I'll make, you can take essential oils and make different, rubs maybe for the loofah. Girl, we got our own business going on.
Well, you know what? DeAnn needs the loofah to rub the skunk scent off of her and her dog, and that will be for the next podcast. We'll explain that. Maybe.
DeAnn, did you get sprayed?
Listen,
I did not. My German Shepherd did.
Oh,
just a little. He's better now. You still get a little hint of it, but a loofah would help.
Then why is it you still smell like a skunk, DeAnn, if you didn't get sprayed?
How many times did you have to wash him in tomato sauce before he got clean?
You know what? He just chased the skunk, and I think it sprayed towards him. So we kind of kept him outside, scrubbed him down a little bit. He did not get full-on spray. I have no idea what would have happened if he had been full-on sprayed.
I had one full-on sprayed, and I think I washed her 3 or 4 times in tomato juice. And I mean, it was a month before that dog smelled right.
Yeah,
but she smelled like a spicy V8 for about 3 weeks, didn't she?
A spicy V8 mixed with some, mixed with something nasty. It was bad.
Caylee, you are always so much fun to catch up with. We appreciate you being on our Backstage Pass. We're excited about If It Wasn't For You coming out. And girl, our fingers are crossed that we get to see you in Nashville coming up here in a few months. We're just all hoping and praying for live music to make a really strong comeback very soon.
Oh, same. I just posted something today, kind of showing some more back scene stuff. Because looking back at just touring and stuff, there is something about the magic that happens in front of the curtain. And then there's also so many little magical moments that happen behind it that people don't get to see. I'm trying to share that stuff online right now when I have time to go back and look, because most of the time we're so busy living, we don't think about how special these moments are. So now it's just, I'm really appreciating that I get to do this for a living at this point, and I can't wait for the first gig we get to have together too. I feel like I'm going to get drunk, real drunk. I'm going to celebrate too much. I already know myself. I get excited just at the thought of it.
Well, we get excited too, but I'll tell you, I'm excited about the loofahs. So make sure you bring the loofahs. John will bring the bourbon, and we'll have some fun, girl.
I'm down. Spa night.
Amen, sister. Caylee Hammack, thank you, dear.
Oh, thank
Bye.
y'all. Good to see y'all.
Yeah,
See
take care.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.